Cowboys fans, let's talk about one of those moves that does not look massive at first glance, but could matter a lot more than people realize once the season actually starts. Kenny Moore to Dallas. Because if you have followed what this team has been doing on defense, the logic starts to build fast. The Cowboys have spent the offseason trying to reshape the defense under Christian Parker, and that has included changes at multiple levels. But even after all the movement, one issue kept popping up in Cowboys coverage: slot corner. Not outside corner, not safety, slot corner. And more than once, Kenny Moore came up as one of the cleanest ways to solve it. That matters because the nickel role in this defense is not a background job. The reporting around Dallas made it pretty clear that Parker's system asks a lot from that spot. You need someone who can cover, yes, but also someone who can tackle, communicate, trigger downhill, and survive the stress offenses create inside. That is why just throwing any defensive back in there is not always enough. Role matters, skill set matters, experience matters. And Kenny Moore has lived in that world for years. He is not some projection. He is a veteran who already knows how to function in one of the hardest jobs in the secondary. What I think makes this especially interesting for Dallas is that it would not be about desperation. The Cowboys are not empty in the secondary. They have made investments. They have added talent. But there is a difference between having bodies and having answers. Kenny Moore would be the answer-type move. He gives Dallas someone with a real NFL resume at the exact type of spot that often gets exposed in big games if it is not solid. And that is what fans sometimes forget. A defense can look fast and talented on paper, but if offenses know where the weak spot lives, they will find it over and over again. A steady nickel can take a lot of that stress off the rest of the unit. The complication, of course, is the price. This is where the debate gets interesting. SpotTrack's current free agent board has him around $10 million, which means Dallas would need to be very clear-eyed about value. That is not panic money, but it is also not nothing. So the Cowboys would have to decide whether they trust the younger options enough to leave the role as a competition, or whether they would rather pay for a veteran who lowers the uncertainty immediately. That is a classic front office question. Do you bet on upside, or do you pay for stability? And personally, I think that is why Kenny Moore is such a good Cowboys topic right now. It's not just about whether he is a good player, it's about what kind of team Dallas believes it is. If the Cowboys think the defense is close, then one more stabilizing move makes a lot of sense. If they think they can still afford to wait and develop, then maybe they pass. But when multiple Cowboys-adjacent reports keep pointing to the same need and the same player, fans should pay attention. That usually means there is at least a real football reason behind the noise. And that is what I come back to. Kenny Moore may not be the loudest move Dallas can make, but he could be one of the smartest. He fits a real need, he has proven slot experience, and he gives the defense a more dependable shape. Cowboys fans, what do you think? Should Dallas pay for a proven nickel corner and make this defense more complete, or should the Cowboys trust the room they already have? Let's talk about it. Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe.